Welcome back to Talking Points. For nearly 2 years, the United Kingdom was set to leave the European Union this Friday, March 29th. However, last week, Prime Minister Theresa May struck a deal with the EU negotiators to extend the Brexit deadline. And tonight, British lawmakers took control of the Brexit process, setting up a series of votes later this week to decide what to do next. Talking Points reporter Conor Wight brings us the latest in the ongoing Brexit process and what comes next from London, England.
Theresa May, what do we want to say?
Amidst the indecision and turmoil in Westminster, protesters took to the streets of London on Saturday calling for a second referendum on the decision to leave the EU. According to organizers, over 1 million people joined the Put It to the People march. They believe a second vote is required to ensure a fair decision on Brexit.
It was a very narrow vote to vote for leave, and since then the government has made such a mess of it.
I think that the referendum was fought on the basis of mistruths, lies. The outcome is a grave threat to the security and health of this country.
According to protesters, British leaders failed to give adequate information about exactly what Brexit would entail. The protesters that line these streets here in London on Saturday have since moved along, and so too has the deadline for Brexit. Last week, the European Union granted Theresa May an extension on her deal after it failed twice in the House of Commons. But there are strings attached. If Parliament votes yes on May's deal, the UK will now have until May 22nd to finalise plans. If the deal fails again, however, the UK will have to sort out a new plan by April 12th to avoid crashing out of the European Union without a deal.
Almost everything is now in the hands of the British Parliament and Theresa May's government.
However, Parliament is not likely to vote in favour of May's plan at the third time of asking. Commons Speaker John Bercow says another vote will not happen unless, quote, substantial changes are made. According to May, this leaves 3 options: a no-deal Brexit, revoking Article 50 and remaining in the EU, or seeking yet another extension. This would mean the UK would be forced to partake in European Parliament elections later this year.
I hope we can all agree we are now at the moment of decision, and I will make every effort to ensure that we are able to leave with a deal and move our country forward.
The disdain for May's deal indicates the Prime Minister is losing the confidence of her party and faces the potential prospect of being forced out of 10 Downing Street. With May's deal all but left in the dust, Parliament will convene this week to vote on other potential avenues out of the EU. If MPs come to a new decision, the public could face the second referendum protesters demanded this past weekend. Reporting from London, England, I'm Conor Wight.